Racism has cost the United States a lot. Economically, socially, politically, and even spiritually. There are so many things America could have or could have had, but just doesn't, simply because of racism. So here's a breakdown with some real talk and receipts. Universal healthcare. Why is it missing? Well, when Social Security and New Deal programs were first created, they intentionally left out Black workers, like domestic and agricultural workers, to keep Southern lawmakers happy. The fear of Black folks benefiting equally from healthcare systems has kept shaping resistance to universal healthcare even now. Here's the receipts. Medicare was almost shut down in the South just to avoid integrated hospitals. And a lot of the opposition to Obamacare was racially coded in so many campaigns. Remember those so-called death panels? A massive Black middle class. Why is it missing? Redlining, job discrimination, underfunded schools, and generational theft, like what happened in Tulsa, Rosewood, and other places, blocked Black families from building wealth. Here's the proof. GI Bill benefits were often denied to Black veterans, and homes in redline neighborhoods lost out on trillions in value appreciation. That's a huge loss. Stronger public infrastructure. Why didn't we get it? Racist policies straight up underinvested in areas where most folks were Black or brown. Plus, a lot of public transit and infrastructure projects were actually designed to keep races apart, or just destroy Black neighborhoods. For real. Highways were often bulldozed right through Black communities. And places like Flint, Jackson, and other majority Black cities still don't have clean water. That ain't by accident. So a fully funded public education system, yeah, that's something we're still missing out on. The reason? Well, resistance to integration led to privatized, white flight education systems. Wealthy white communities, honestly, they hoard tax dollars, which leaves public schools, especially those in urban or rural areas, seriously underfunded. Here's the proof. After Brown versus Board, a lot of Southern towns actually closed schools completely rather than integrate. And today, majority Black districts receive about $2,226 less per student than majority white districts, on average. Imagine a stronger innovation and talent base in this country. But here's the thing. Racism has locked out millions of potential inventors, creators, scientists, and entrepreneurs from fully participating in America's development. Just think about all the patents, tech, and research ideas that were lost because folks didn't have access to higher education, capital, or even just the opportunity to show what they could do. Billions, if not trillions, in economic growth have been left on the table. Why? Because honestly, racism is just economically dumb. The whole economy shrinks when you suppress talent and keep people from fully participating in commerce, innovation, and leadership. For real, a 2020 Citi report estimated that racism has cost the United States $16 trillion over the past 20 years. And McKinsey says closing the racial wealth gap would add between $1 and $1.5 trillion to the economy. That's a lot of money and opportunity we're missing out on. A functional criminal justice system, yeah, that's still out of reach. So why is it missing? Well, policing and incarceration in this country are rooted in racial control. Just think about the history of slave patrols. Since the system was actually designed to target certain groups, it's become bloated, violent, and honestly ineffective for everyone. Here are some receipts. America locks up more people per capita than any other country in the world. And get this. Black people make up just 13% of the population, but nearly 40% of the prison population. National unity and social trust. So why is it missing? Well, racism breaks down trust between communities and the government. The myth of supremacy, it just keeps creating constant division, distrust, and instability. And honestly, the proof is everywhere. Think about vaccine resistance, political polarization, and even this deep distrust of public institutions. A lot of that, it really stems from generations of abuse or exclusion. True democracy, yeah, we're still not there. Why is it missing? Voter suppression laws, both in the past and right now, target Black and brown communities. If those voices were fully counted, the political landscape would be wildly different. Just look at the receipts. Gerrymandering, felony disenfranchisement, voter ID laws, these are modern tools of voter suppression. And don't forget, the Electoral College itself was created in part to appease slaveholding states. A national culture of healing. So why is it missing? America refuses to reckon honestly with its past. There's no national truth and reconciliation process, no reparations, no real curriculum, just denial, deflection, and distortion. And here's the thing, Germany apologized for the Holocaust and banned Nazi symbols. Meanwhile, the United States still has Confederate monuments and banned books. Racism doesn't just hurt the people it targets, it holds everyone back. America could be cleaner, healthier, smarter, richer, safer, and more united. But until it deals with the root of its disease, it'll keep fumbling the bag. So, keep following, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and share. This has been another Narrative Rush.